reassemble the and also let me bring it to your attention. You most of the time you will need to run a reamer through this bushing here to set it true and straight through there. So if you need to ream it, by all means do so. I'm gonna put this together, and there's what we got. There's what we got there. And I did put a spring there with actually put a bare copper wire inside of it, put that on there to make contact there. That goes there. The gasket will go right here. The best way to put that gasket on there is to put your two, and I'm going. I probably will cut away here for a little bit, simply because I did some other EK Magneto videos, just like putting those points back in there. That probably won't be included in this set right here, because if you're interested in the points, you can actually go back in the EK series and see about the points. And this one right here, these are original points here, so it should be pretty much straightforward, as is this right here. The main thing I wanted to show on, I guess, on this one right here is this guide pin and the bushing. And when you're putting this together, you put these right here in there, up kind of loosely, and assemble the whole thing before you tighten those up. And even a condenser. Now I'm going to get a condenser over there and put in here. I straightened that up. Cut these. I cut them off a little bit more, the bolts that goes through yonder. So I'm going to leave this as is until I get everything put together, and then we'll come back and test it. But that's a good one right there. We got the points in there adjusted to the correct distance. The condenser in there, got everything bolted together. Cut the bolts off in the back there to the right length yonder. Got everything tight and secure. Your gasket down there and your gasket in yonder, everything tight. Line them up. The bolts I'm talking about. Tighten that up. Put that on there. And the only thing left to do is to put the covers on it and give it a test. Time to put it to the test. I took that other magneto off of there to go on that 1926. I took that off there, and let's put it on there and see what we got. I think we're going to have a pretty decent spark right here. No reason not to. Tighten that up. And I think the engine that this magneto is going to go on, I think the spark plug comes out the back. So I assembled it that way. And let's just put this in there. Maybe we got a good contact, and there should be a ground right in there. that would probably be close to the way it's going to work. We'll ground through that housing right there. Okay, let's trim a light and see what we got. Should be a spark right in that area right there. Y'all see that spark right in there? Now, you know what? There's going to be somebody out there in the world. There's going to be somebody that leaves a thumb down. There's going to be somebody to put a thumb down on this video. Simply because that housing broke, you know, because it cracked. You know, there's somebody going to thumbs down this video. But I'm going to let this magneto stand on its own merits. You cannot ask for anything else than a good, bright spark. And all I'm doing is turning the timing gear in the back on the other side over there. And every time, a really, really nice spark. And you know, I could put a spark plug up there and do the same thing. And somebody's going to say, why don't you do that? You know. And while I was at it, I went on ahead and soldered us up a really, really good spark plug wire. That's a champion. That's a H10. Them H10 works real good in them there. Maytag engines, they work really good in there. Let's see how we're going to ground that. Yeah, probably ought to get a, let's rig it up. You want to? Let's just rig it up. Nothing like a rig. Piece of copper wire around that right there. That's a little bit too much. We'll go down there on that. Get us a little spring action right there if we can. And the spark plug, we need to be able to see it. How are we going to do that? Maybe we'll be able to see that. Y'all see that spark? Let's cut off some more lights. See, can we see that spark now? Y'all see it? Should run the engine. One more EK, and let's bolt it on that engine now.